expecting a big crowd and a really great environment tomorrow when we play UNLV at 1 o'clock here in Viejas. Marvin Menzies, one of our own, bringing his team back into town. Potent offensively, they're scoring 80 a game. They got 90 on us the first game. But one of the important factors in that game was that the guy sitting next to me, Trey, Kell, only played the first 3 minutes of the game. And we missed him. So it's going to be good to be at full strength and trying to get a little vengeance on that road loss to UNLV.
Trey, talk a little bit about what it meant to be back out on the court and how you felt throughout the game. I know you tweaked your ankle there, it looked like at the end. But
yeah, I mean, it felt good. That's just, it's always frustrating, you know, watching from the bench and seeing areas you can help and not being able to. That's just been the most frustrating part for me. But it felt good to be back out there. I felt pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say my ankle's, you know, 100%, but I mean, it was good enough to play. I felt fine out there. And then, you know, just as it seems to be this season when I get hurt, that area seems to be the target. But I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but it just happens. And I'm glad I'm back and helping this team.
Do you see yourself being able to get back to 100% by the end of the season, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously for me, it's not healing at the rate I want it to, but at the same time, I'm not trying to rush it back. I mean, I'm getting treatment every day, ice and stem every day, so at this point, I think it should be back to 100% pretty soon.
It looked like you were doing mostly distributing. You weren't really trying to score too much. You only had like one field goal attempt in the first half. Was that on purpose? You were just looking to get your teammates more involved, or is it just you wanted to be more slow, cautious? Going back from the injury?
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really thinking about it like that. I was just kind of, you know, the defense kind of shades towards me a lot. So I just, as I drive, I know I'm going to create a lot of attention. And with that, I just know there's other people are going to be open. So with that, I'm not afraid to make the extra pass or someone else make the shot. That's never been a worry of mine. But at times, I know there's going to be times throughout the rest of the season, though, where I'm going to have to be more aggressive. So when that time comes, I'll be ready, but I'm not looking to press my game or anything like that.
Will there be a little bit of extra motivation maybe coming up against UNLV since you didn't really get a chance to really play against them the first time at all?
Yeah, for sure. Like I was saying earlier, just watching that game, the second half, seeing the areas I know I can help. I'm excited to do that Saturday and you know, help our team get a victory.
Coach was talking last week about the frustration on this team probably lies most with the seniors, you know, you and Malik, because this is your last season.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating anyway because the team hasn't played well as of late.
Yeah.
The other night. What's your personal frustration with just not being able to contribute as much as you would have wanted this season so far?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, just things I can't control. That's just the most frustrating part. I can't do anything about, you know, basketball injuries, you know, going up for a rebound, coming down on someone's foot twice, you know, trying to get through a screen. That's just knees you right in the perfect spot in the leg. So, I mean, there's nothing I could do about that. I've worked hard, tremendously hard this summer to be in the best shape I could be, and, you know, I haven't gotten back to that point yet with all the setbacks that I've had, but at the same time, I'm not using my frustration and bring it to the court every time I play or in practice. I try to bring that positive energy, you know, just make sure that the guys don't dwell too much on the past and, you know, try to move forward with the next game, because we still have games left in the season and we still have a run that we're trying to make and we believe we can make.
Sitting as you have the last couple of games and kind of being able to look at the game maybe with a coach's eyes a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
what have you seen from the team as far as what you feel like you guys need to do better? What do you like? What do you don't like about what's happened the last couple of weeks?
The first thing is just, you know, being the, you know, basically like a coach on the floor. I feel like there's times that it's either we look too much on Coach Dutch for what we want to do instead of, you know, just having to go in the flow of the game. So if the opportunity presents itself to run this or run that. And then, you know, I just feel like there's times where if a team goes on a run, I feel like I could have helped us, you know, settle us down a little bit because I mean, every game, it doesn't matter who we play, they're going to make some kind of a run. I mean, it's just, you know, the nature of the game. So I feel like I could have helped a lot with that aspect and, you know, making that run maybe a little bit shorter.
Talk about Malik getting his 1,000th point with that, because you've been playing with him now for 4 years, what that meant for him and for you.
Yeah, I was joking with him for a while because when I got mine, he was wondering how many he had, and I was like, "You're nowhere near 1,000. Don't worry about it." But Malik's my guy. He came in the same class, so I'm glad he got it. I know he was looking forward to it. But yeah, Malik's a great player and an even better person. So that's my brother right there.
I take great comfort in the fact that I'll have Trey and Malik on the floor together for the first time in a long time for the last 5 games of the regular season, the conference tournament. And like I said, Malik missed 9 games last year. Trey missed either all or parts of 8 games this year. And I think of what could have been if we had them on the floor together for those 17 games. So that's hindsight. We can't control that. Injuries are a part of it. But we're looking forward to having them both out there for the stretch run with an opportunity to still do something special come March. And that's what our goal is.
Dutch, can you analyze UNLV first a little bit? They're on a good run. We've got a couple of really, really strong players who really didn't score, you know, as much as they have normally been just in this last game against Air Force. But can you discuss those guys a little bit and the impact they're going to have on this league for a while? Yeah,
UNLV is very talented. They're scoring 80 points a game, which has got to be near the top in the country. And they're on a little winning streak. So they're playing really well. They have veterans. They start 2 senior guards in Johnson and Mooring. Brandon McCoy obviously is a talented freshman that's getting better. And then Justin is as good a rebounder as in the country as a junior. So they've got a veteran team. You know, they've mixed some freshmen in there, but the veteran guards and Justin, the presence he brings on the floor, make him very dangerous, physically strong inside, and they'll present a challenge. But we're looking forward to getting him here on our home floor and at full strength, and I think it'll be a heck of a game come tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
What are the particular strengths of McCoy that you see?
I think he's just developing. He's getting better. That's what you want from a player and a team. They seem to be getting better. And so he's an inside presence. You know, he's got a pretty good temperament on the floor. He doesn't seem to get frustrated like young kids sometimes do. And so he's feeling his way through the game. He's improving. They do a good job of finding him, both from the high post and from the wing. And he does a good job of playing the game the right way. He doesn't seem selfish. He moves the ball out if he's doubled. If he's not doubled, he has a knack for scoring. And so he's a developing big man with a chance to be very, very good.
For a guy who you got to watch plenty of him in high school, has he performed to the level that you thought he would his first year?
Yeah, Brandon's had a wonderful first year. And in high school, it's always hard to be a big. You never know where they're going to settle because every time they turn, someone falls down. They're playing against all small people. And so it's hard to assert yourself as a big at the high school level because you might only play against one other big all year. And so Brandon's transition from high school to the player that we all thought he would be when he got to college with being able to finally play a physical game and use his size and strength to his advantage. So he will be a tough matchup, but one we will be up for hopefully tomorrow.
Trey, is the holy bowler in you excited to have a chance to go against him?
I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. I'm excited to go against him, though. Like Coach Dutch was saying, he's a really good player. Someone, you know, we have to make an effort to stop, but at the same time, you know, as a great player like myself, I go with the challenges like that. So we'll be ready for the challenge on Saturday.
Trey, the crowd aside, and I guess it's hard to put the crowd aside, but what are the other comfort levels of home besides the crowd, would you say? are the sight, I mean, just sighting a shot because of the background and all that stuff, is there a difference in that sort of thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say there's too much of a difference. I would say the main things is you get to, being at home, you get to sleep in your own bed. And then I guess the other advantage would be it's the court you shoot on every day in practice. So, you know, you have that familiarity with everything about it, besides going to our road gym we play at once a year where, you know, you sleep in a hotel. Sometimes there's a time change and things like that. So it's nothing too much, but I would say those would be the main differences.
And generally, seniors play better on the road than freshmen. So Trey's always been a good road performer for us. But, you know, we have to get better. You know, after tomorrow's game, we'll go on the road and try to get a road win and continue, hopefully, a little momentum and winning streak going into that conference tournament. Anything else?
Yeah, Jordan Shackle, his performance the other night, after seeing film and all that, what's your assessment of how he played?
I'll let Trey talk on Jordan. That's his guy.
Yeah, Jordan's my guy. I've always knew he had that in him. The main thing I try to preach with Jordan is I can tell he's a perfectionist and he doesn't like messing up, and he kind of beats himself up, kind of like I do when I mess up. But the main thing is I just try to tell him, you know, move on to the next play. And Jordan's a tremendous shooter. Anytime he shoots it, I believe it's going in. I'll be the first one to celebrate for him. He celebrates for me, I celebrate for him. So at the same time, it wasn't anything unexpected. I knew he has that capability when he shoots the ball with confidence like he can.
And
I'm sorry.
that's how Trey's supportive. I mean, I told Trey during a timeout I would have liked to get you back in, but Jordan's on a roll, and Trey, being the player he is, says, I understand that, Coach. I appreciate that. Keep him in there. Keep him rolling. So it's all about winning. And when the team plays unselfish and Trey sets the tone for that, then we have a better chance to win games.
What's the background on your relationship with him and how you guys grew to be close?
I met him this year, and certain people you meet, you just happen to click with, and he's one of them. We're cool. We get along really well. We're kind of the same personalities, you know, laid back. I'm a little bit more outspoken than he is, but that's probably because I've been here for 4 years.
That will come.
Yeah, so yeah, he'll come around. But at the same time, you know, I can always joke with him. He laughs at everything, so it makes it easier. But yeah, he's just someone I'm always pushing for in the end.
Trey's done a great job mentoring our freshmen, and that's what you want. That's what comes from culture. When your seniors mentor your freshmen, and that leads to success at any level.
Dutch, for you, has it been a little bit of drawing him out of his shell a little bit, Jordan?
No, Jordan is always aggressive. I mean, Jordan's one of the hardest workers we have in the program. He's in the practice facility every day doing extra work in the morning, getting shots up. So when he makes shots and he has success, it's not a surprise. But he's still adjusting a little bit to the speed and the physicality of the college game. It's different than high school, but he will get there, and he is getting there. So like Trey says, he's got to have a next play mentality. He is a perfectionist, and so if he closes out too hard and someone goes around him, or he's a little short on a closeout and the guy takes a shot, you know, that frustrates him. But it's part of basketball. All these players up here can play at high levels, and so he's getting more adapted to that and knowing that sometimes the opponent just makes a good play. It's nothing he does. So we got to keep him moving forward in that regard, but he's as hard a worker as we've had, and I think he has a very bright future.
With the production that you got from the young guys the other night, is it then a good coach's problem to now try to figure out how to rotate them all in effectively?
They've all had opportunity, but obviously when you come off the bench, your opportunity is a little bit shorter. If you get rolling right away, then your minutes go. But if you're just playing and holding serve, so to say, then you're going to get Trey back in. And that's just the way it is coming off the bench. So, you know, you might miss one rotation in a game and end up playing 16 minutes instead of 24. You know, that's the difference. You know, you get that one less rotation. But they're all valuable when they're out there, and if they play really well, they might play through a rotation and get those added minutes.